Welcome to the latest edition of Career Videos by the Knowledge Academy. Our today's video will be the Microsoft Azure interview questions beginners level. But before moving on to this session, if you like what you're about to see, consider subscribing to our YouTube channel and enabling that bell icon next to it so that you would never miss out on any of the informative content that we put out. So without further ado, let's take a look at the agenda for this video. We will skip no time and go directly into the interview questions and their solutions. Question 1. What do you know about cloud computing? Answer. Cloud computing refers to the delivery of computational services via the internet to store, manage, analyze, and process data. The infrastructure of a cloud computing is offered and maintained by third-party suppliers like Microsoft, AWS, etc. And pay is based on the amount of time the servers are used. The benefits of cloud computing include increased execution speed, resources, flexibility, and easy scaling. Question 2. Explain about the deploying models in cloud computing. Answer. The three deployment models of cloud computing are software as service. They are used by a variety of IT specialists, business users, and private consumers. SaaS is all about finance via subscriptions or apps. SaaS examples are Gmail, Office 365, SharePoint Online, and others. Next comes PaaS, Platform as a Service, or PaaS, consists of underlying infrastructure abstraction that speeds up application development by removing the hassle of hosting administration. Examples include Azure Web Apps, Cloud Services, Storage Services, etc. IIS, Infrastructure as Service, provides several infrastructure-level features, including OS and network connectivity. It operates on a pay-per-use basis. It serves as a host for the apps. Examples of this kind of infrastructure are Azure VM and VNet. Next question. What do you know about Azure Cloud? Answer. The Azure Cloud exists in simple, flexible, and scalable application services. The Azure Cloud services are used to deploy multi-tier web applications on Azure. Azure supports the developers to install the required software and grants remote access to the hosts on virtual machines or the VMs. Next question. What are the core components of Microsoft Azure? Answer. The core components of the Microsoft Azure are compute, storage, database, monitoring management services, content delivery network or the CDN, Azure networking, web and mobile services. Next being, differentiate between Azure Cloud and AWS. Answer. As we can see for data analytics, Azure Cloud uses Azure Stream Analytics while AWS uses Amazon Kinesis. When it comes to privacy and security, Azure is secured by an AI-powered Defender service, whereas AWS offers secure solutions by default, assuring enhanced privacy. When it comes to database services, Azure Cloud gives Hadoop, Spark, and Storm and HBase are all supported by the SQL Services database on Azure, whereas 6 common database engines can be used with Amazon RDS, a database service. When it comes to backup, Azure Cloud uses the Azure Backup and AWS uses the Amazon Glacier. When it comes to monitoring and logging, Azure ML Studio Azure Operational Lights is being used by the cloud, whereas for AWS, Amazon CloudTrail, CloudWatch are used. And finally, when it comes to pricing, Azure is priced on per minute basis, whereas AWS charges per hour fee. Next question. What are the cloud deployment models in Azure? Answer. The 3 cloud deployment models in Azure are public cloud. The infrastructure is owned by your cloud service provider and the server has multiple tenant systems. Private cloud. In this cloud model, you can own the infrastructure or your cloud provider offer you the same service. Example, hosting your website on servers or using a dedicated server from the cloud provider to host your website. Hybrid cloud. Hybrid cloud is a combination of private and public clouds. Example, you use your company's internal servers for confidential information and public cloud hosts it on the website that is visible to the general public. This type of configuration is used by the hybrid cloud. Next question. Explain NSG. Answer. A network security group, or NSG, consists of security rules that permit or prohibit outbound network traffic from certain Azure resource type. These security rules are termed Access Control List or the ACL rules. In this, each rule specifies the source, destination, port, and protocol. Network traffic between Azure services within an Azure virtual network is filtered using Azure Network Security. Next question. Which Azure service is used for resource management? Answer. Azure Resource Manager manages the infrastructures of various Azure services. The management layer in Azure is used to update and delete resources from Azure subscriptions. The related resources are organized in groups and deployed in JSON templates. Question 9. A virtual machine wants Microsoft IIS Web Server that can accept and react to HTTP or HTTPS requests is called as roles. Choose from the correct options: A. Client, B. Worker, C. Web, and D. Server. The correct answer is C. Web, because there are no roles like server or client roles, hence the correct one should be the web roles. Additionally, worker roles can only connect directly to clients or Azure storage. Next question. Which of the below-mentioned web apps can be launched using Azure? A. PHP, B. ASP.NET, C. WCF, D. All of the above. And the correct answer is D. All of the above. Explanation would be that Microsoft has made Java and Ruby Software Development Kit or the SDKs accessible. This allows the software built using these programming languages to call the App Fabric service using the Azure Service Platform API. That's it for this video. Thank you for watching.